Virgos. Welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be our weekend read from February 7th through the 9th. Before we begin though, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you, because truly you lift me up just as much as I hope these messages lift you up. And I feel so blessed to be able to connect with each and every one of you guys. So thank you. I love you back. Now, coming into this weekend, serenity is the energy that is in the air. But before we get started into the tarot, I do just want to pull a few place oracles. You know, what I see in a lot of ways too is with the countryside, some of you could be taking a trip. But either way, it's like moving into an energetic place of peace is what I really get the most, where you're truly appreciating that simple living. What comes to mind is like the best things in life are free. So you could be reminiscing, you could be thinking of travel, but really truly it's about looking at like, where is your place of peace? And like I say, serenity is the energy. Walking into this weekend, Venus is sextile with Pluto. Venus is in Aries, sextile, don't ask. Pluto is in Aquarius. And so we've got a lot of fiery air, basically. And it offers us passion, as well as good fortune and blessings. As for business affairs as well, this is a time where things can be very successful. Business affairs go in your favor, or you find win-win solutions, come to successful plans, successful fruitions. And so it really helps attribute a lot of overall happiness, but like I say, most importantly, passion. It's like a time of, like I say, where the best things in life really come for free. This is where it's like walking in to this weekend with a breath of fresh air, where you truly get to start noticing. And because of it, with noticing your surroundings, connecting to Gaia here, connecting to the elements in your surrounding, this is really where you're looking at appreciative action. You're looking at the things that really truly only this land, only this area, only this moment can provide, not necessarily looking at the troubles. And this could be due to the fact of like, you've got a lot going on right now. What I see is there's also a lot of excitement that Venus sextile with Pluto could be offering you at this time. But what I also see is that you could be going, you could be busy basically. This is where there's a lot of fast progress. There's a lot of quick growth to what you're working on. And so this breath of fresh air not only ignites the passion, like I say, but it also helps with basically taking that moment to step back and really appreciate the simple things in life. If things have been chaotic, this is where you're also taking a time or taking the moment to really hash out new inspiration, get that subconscious going, where you let problems kind of formulate, you ruminate on them for a bit so that you can come back to the table with a serene energy towards them. And also too, this is really where it's like Spirit is saying now is the time for the truth to come forward. There could be something that you've been dealing with, like I say, that's had a lot of fast movement. You could have had a lot of energy in the air. This is where things are coming to a resolution, but more importantly, truth is coming forward. Honesty is coming forward, as well as forgiveness. There could be some issues here where if you were dealing with conflict, this is the time where, you'd had a period of bad luck, a period of stagnation, a period of misfortune, bad karma even, or even delays. This is where you're kind of refinding that energy, that inspiration, that passion, but it's due to renewal. And if you've been coping with this or struggling with this type of fast movement, this chaotic energy, this is where you're getting back into that hope. You're getting back into that simple living. Now, the sun is also going to be trine with the moon on the 7th. The sun is in Aquarius as well, and the moon is in Gemini. So there is a lot of air, is how I would put it. And again, serenity is all of the focus here on the 7th. With this trine between the sun and the moon, it brings a feeling of overall happiness and harmony in family. Side tangent too, coming up to the holiday, because there is Valentine's Day coming in this next week. But this is also a good time to go out on dates, meet new people. And this is also too where you could be finding that contentment, that inspiration, or even that renewal from situations in the past that have led to delays or misfortune. And so the way that I kind of put it is this weekend is where serenity is really in the air. and the energy. It helps us to take that step back, to let the pleasant side of life unfold again, just like spring does for us. It gives us that renewal. And so it's like it's this opportunity between winter and spring, at least if you're in the northern hemisphere, where it allows us an opportunity to really rest, to focus on our security, to focus on our home. And, you know, I was watching this thing the other day and it really touched me in a lot of ways. But basically, it looks at the idea of like when you fall, what is our society doing? How has our society changed to help pick people back up, your community? How can we as a community help people back onto their feet? And the first things first is really home, that stability of home, that security of home, where you can finally get out of the fight or flight and get into a more relaxed state so that you can take the time to process, time to heal. That really makes a huge difference. And I will say, like, this is where it's like that, you know, for anyone that's been struggling for any chaotic situation, it puts you into that fight or flight response, time. The winter is an opportunity to really take that time to rest, to focus on our home so that we can step forward into this year with a more enlightened path, with a more focused path in taking action, but also too with a more focused path on planning where we want to go. Those, not even just this year, but our 1 year, our 5 year, our 10-year plans. But it gives us that time for introspection to really ask ourselves what makes us truly happy. And that's where this Serenity energy in the air this weekend is really going to help us, again, with reinvigorating that positive hope, that outlook for the future, but more importantly, getting out of that fight or flight and into a place of healing, inspiration, as well as renewal, so that we can focus on our skills, focus on our education, focus on learning, and more importantly, get back into a place of passion where we can rededicate our energies. How I would put it is with a mindful consciousness, really being present in walking in mindfulness in what we're doing, what we're choosing, really taking the opportunity of every moment to make every second count, every minute count, every moment, every memory. And so if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Let me know your story of what's really reuniting you with that overall contentment this weekend, as we have so many astrological opportunities that are helping us with that. Now, if you do need a little pick-me-up as well, check out the Honey Sea Star store. All the designs are meant to be power words, to uplift, to inspire, but also to help with lending you that hand. If you have fallen and you've had to take a knee here or there, if you've had places, or opportunities and experiences that are really putting you in a place of stagnation due to lack of taking action, or, where it's like you've got so many ideas, but it's almost like analysis paralysis. You're not sure which way to go. Or if there's that place of confusion where it's like you just need to get those ideas out so that you can start taking practical plans, start knowing which one's really the best option that will lead you to that sun. Tell us what you're working on, like I say, but check out the Honey Sea Star store. It's meant to help with building you up during this time for exactly that purpose, so that you can walk forward with confidence and knowing that you're supported as you walk towards your sun. Now, on the 8th as well, the moon is going to be square. I should back it up. So on the 8th, basically, the moon is going to be moving into Cancer, which kind of reveals that pleasant side of life. It also happens to be square with Venus during this time, which is in Aries. So this is also a time that really lends us an opportunity to go within, to really look at the start of something new, to look at change, the change that you want to take, the inspiration that really leads you to and drives you to taking that change. And so this is a time really where you have to be very careful, I guess is how I would put it. You could be tending or urged to go towards the analytical, critical side of going within. This is actually a time when the moon is square with Venus like this, to look at the opportunity to be gentle with yourself, to be gentle with others, especially with partnerships. make sure to walk forward with an open arm, with an open eye, and with an open heart, an open mind. This is a time where you may see that, how I would put it is, it's almost like the idea of like, you can only see one way. This is a time where really truly the moon and Venus challenge you to really think outside the box, to embrace new ideas that lead you to expansion, even though you may only see one way at this time. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, or just share your story and what you're looking at right now, where it's like, hey, I'm struggling with finding a way, with seeing a way, even though, because I've got such a plan in my head for the way. And if that makes sense, by all means, like I say, share your story. Now, particularly, like I say, too, especially with the holidays coming up, this is about cooperation and about finding harmony and compatibility. This is also potentially an opportunity, especially with that Cancer moon here at this time, to get out, to really look at the duality of partnerships that you've got in your life, meet new people, or two, even if you're looking at polarities, choices, decisions. This is really truly about going within and looking at what the heart truly wants, what the heart's truly calling you towards at this time, and standing in your intuition and embracing yourself, being gentle with yourself, the skills that you have at your fingertips, not only with your creativity, but also with your empathy, with nurturing yourself, with nurturing what you're doing, so that you can be gentle with yourself and, more importantly, build yourself up during this time, rather than basically psych yourself out or tear yourself down, or tear your confidence down, I should rather say. Now, on the 9th, we are going to also get some help after this challenge, because Mars is going to be in Cancer as well, and it's trine with Saturn, which is in Pisces. So this gives us good health. This gives us great enthusiasm. More importantly, though, it gives us decisive action, particularly when it comes to entrepreneurship. If you've been feeling like you're just not organized at this time, this is an opportunity where Mars and Saturn are going to basically help lift you up at this time. Help look at what you need to get organized, what you need to get structured, what's not quite ironed out, basically, and get you back into a place of concentration and diligence, and more importantly, a place of perfectionism, where you're really getting all those T's crossed, you're dotting all those I's, especially when it comes to professional success. So like I say, it's like there could be a fresh start here as well. So Serenity is in the energy for this weekend, particularly now where it's like you've got your home taken care of. Now it's like you're focusing on that root chakra of where you truly want to go, because you're in a place of security. You're out of that fight or flight, where now you're refocused. And so whatever you had been going through that led to kind of like this up and down, this wishy-washy, or even to like a place of stagnancy, of feeling a little bit off kilter or just unfocused. Like a lot of ideas out there is what I'm getting, and more importantly of like how to get those out of your mind and into the 3D, into action. This is really where it's like you're coming to have everything come full circle for you. You're coming together with all of that enthusiasm, and it's getting things organized so that you really can take not a leap forward, but more like a firm footing forward is how I would put it. And it's where it's like you're meeting challenges. You've got the confidence behind you. So it's not like you're having to take this leap of faith and watch behind your back for any type of fears that are creeping up. But instead, it's like you've got everything in place. You know what to do, even when you're in a point of like, okay, this is really happening. But I'm ready. I guess what I'm hearing is, stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. This is about getting to a point where you're just ready for all. You're prepared. You're ready for your fresh start, so that really it's like it lifts off before you even know it. I mean, this is amazing. This is great. Two ones right off the back, but not only that, it's like two fresh start, two beginnings, two things that are really opportunity coming in. And really what I see in this as well with the Queen of Cups, with the energy that you're representing at this time, is you're utilizing your intuition, and you're utilizing it with confidence. This is where it's like if you have been questioning your skills, questioning your direction, questioning your intuition. Now is the time where you're realigning with being able to look at that serenity energy. Get back into that serenity energy this weekend. Take that step back to really also look within. Be gentle with your Thank you. Be gentle with yourself, but more importantly, be able to get organized again so that you can come to the table and it's already ready for you. Everything is ready. Now, on the 9th as well, the sun is going to be conjunct with Mercury, which of course us Virgos, we're led by Mercury, so it's going to impact us quite a bit. No pressure. But during this time, the sun is in Aquarius, Mercury is also in Aquarius. And Aquarius is really the sign of visionary. This is really where you're focused on where you want to go. You're focused on your purpose. During this time, it offers intense mental energy and concentration. So it's like you're getting your head in the game. You're coming to the table with your analytical skills, with more importantly, though, your rationality, particularly when you're looking at professional entrepreneurship and you're standing in what's fair. This is kind of like coming to the table for yourself, is how I would put it. If you felt like you've been sleeping on yourself, basically, or maybe putting yourself down for not accomplishing things as fast, or dealing with all these I guess getting out of a rut, I guess is how I would put it, is like there's different types of things that you're really conquering within as to what's holding you back. And more importantly, resolving to look at that and really analyze why it's holding you back, and more importantly, processing it in a way with teaching yourself, with mentoring yourself, so that you can come to the table and realize just how small those little, like what was a mountain before. This weekend with this energy, it's like mountains turn into moguls. Mountains turn into teeny little sidewalk cracks or teeny little sidewalk bumps. And instead you are looking at what you've invested in. You're coming to the table with rationality at how much you've invested, how much progress you've worked, and finding ways really to look at this new challenge with a place of decision, with decisive action. There's also a lot of Neptune energy here as well, is what I'm getting. And I mean, just looking at this is really beautiful. It's like if you had, oh, I didn't even realize the Hangman had been out there too. So this is really honestly like looking at how much sacrifice you've done in your investments and where you've been going. And more importantly, coming to the table with a positive energy that is really focused, like laser focused on prosperity and success. And you're utilizing your mind. This is a time where really, especially when it comes to business, coming out of this weekend, walking into this next week, on the 9th, you're going to get a leg up because the moon is also trine with Saturn during this time. The moon is, of course, in Cancer. Saturn's in Pisces. And so this is an excellent time for business, particularly with marketing. Contract negotiation is what I see in a big one, especially while I was meditating on this. And more importantly, in financial planning. This is a weekend where it's like you're at a place and you're getting a leg up from the energy, kind of like a healing hug to really put you in a place that offers you serenity, to really come to the table and recenter, receive, so that you can be open really to receive that guidance, to receive that mentorship, so that you can walk towards your sun. You can walk towards your success with enthusiasm, with compassion, and like I say, compassion for the self. This is like if you've been doubting your skills, the biggest thing I'm getting is take a step back and look at what you've done. Look at how far you've come. Look at all the things that you create, all the work that you've accomplished, and how much you've learned along the way, how hard you've worked to invest in your skills. Take a step back and just look at it, and then comment in the, or let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's what I'm trying to say. But really, it's, what I see in this is like, if you've been doubting yourself, if you've been feeling like you're sleeping on yourself, being super hard on yourself in that way, now is the time really to be gentle with yourself. Realize that there could have been like fears, places of healing that were really triggered, like you're in uncharted territory. And so you're learning as you're going. Are you going to get things right all the time? Probably not. We're human. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of learning. And this is the weekend where it's like, take a step back to look at just how far you've come and give yourself that pat on the back, particularly when it comes to your financial planning, to looking at your contract negotiation, your business that you're building if you're an entrepreneur, or even to the professional success that you've gained in your career, in your aspirations. This is the time where serenity is in the air. You know, one of the biggest things when I worked for a cooperative that they taught us is really to take that time out, and more importantly, how important it is to take that time out to celebrate your successes and really celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate your journey. Without doing that, it's like we fail to see just how far we've come, and there could be additional opportunities of learning, different avenues that we couldn't explore at that time, that it opens up new doorways with that reflection. But really, truly, it allows us to really appreciate and congratulate ourselves as to just how beautiful we have as a gift created and shared, put ourselves out there, shine for just everything that makes us uniquely us. And like I say, with what you're building, with the successes that you've been building, particularly when it comes to your harmony, what really is your purpose, what really makes you tick. And what I pulled here as well, or what we pulled, I should say rather, for spirit animal aspects, for messages and guidance from our ancestors, is the peacock. And it's all about vibrancy. This is really about shining in your true colors. And more importantly, it's a reminder from Spirit to remember that you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy, but be grateful for life. And more importantly, remember, be grateful that more good things will come. You know, energetically as well, what I find wonderful is that with the evolution, you know, it's all about math, art, and science. With the evolution of science, we're now starting to look at, especially with the study of vibrations, that our heart gives off a vibration. We give off vibrations. We call them auras in some ways, but it's actually something that we can look at scientifically too, and look at the reactions with how the body works on a vibrational level. This is really true. It's important, and when it comes to manifestation, because like I've always, and it was kind of fun because I had a comment from I think this last video that I did, but either way, the gentleman was getting all sorts of confirmations from the universe. He really truly was getting the signs. And so it's about manifesting. And so when you come into alignment with the universe, when you start having the universe come in, you know, give you the signs, like especially repetitive signs that are coming towards you, this is a time really to look at manifesting and getting your head and your energy right, because it takes not only your intention, and it also takes your action, but it takes your energy. That's really truly how you can call in what's meant for you. And so standing in a place of gratitude allows you vibrationally to align with the universe to attract more good things to your life. But what really helps us with coming into that alignment is being true to ourselves and exactly the brilliance that we are, and recognizing, celebrating ourselves for the brilliance that we bring, that we're created to bring, that only us can provide in each one of us, for how we are uniquely created, how our unique story is able to teach, to help, to love along the way. And this is like coming into mastery this weekend. This is like standing in your spiritual power, but also too remembering that you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past. This is the time to be free and soar. You're guided by the winds of spirit at this time. And so wisdom, your wisdom, is an opportunity to inspire the world, because the world needs your wisdom. Your story is your strength. And this is that serenity that you come into at this weekend. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. It certainly means the world to this channel, but it'll help with getting this message out to as many Virgos as we can. Because truly, with the Raven, what Spirit is reminding us here is that we are the creators and the magicians. Now is the time to use your gifts for good, especially your vibration for good. There is power in your wisdom, in your story, and your words. Now is the time to connect with elemental spirits and glide through the void, Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. This is the time to really come into grounding, come into alignment with the universe and with the divine, so that you can walk through. And like I say too, especially when it comes to your entrepreneurialships, this is or with whatever you're building, whatever your aspirations are, this is about coming into that harmony, that overall happiness and contentment with it. But more importantly, recognizing just how beautiful you are, just how beautiful the energy is within you if you raise yourself up. This weekend is about raising yourself up and really taking the acknowledgement of you know what? I'm pretty amazing. Not from the ego side, not from and all other people aren't. It's not a comparison. And really what I love the most too is, I can't quote it, so I'm sorry, but one of the best things I heard this week was, comparison is the joy killer. This weekend is all about standing in your serenity and standing in your power of what makes you absolutely beautiful you. And as a synopsis, this is just gorgeous. I think how it came out was this and this and this. There we go. So really it's the spiritual growth. This is coming into submission and looking at just how beautiful you are, just how beautiful your expression is, your dynamic balance. And more importantly, through that, looking at the sun, going after your new beginning, your birth. So whatever you're building, it's coming into fruition, but it's because of the fact that you're standing in your hermit power. Whatever lesson you were meant, or that you've been going through with being too hard on yourself, with being too critical, with not finding your direction, or feeling stagnant, feeling lost in monotony. This is where you've taken the time to reflect so that you can go after your sun, so that you race towards your sun. And as you can see, it's like he's finding enlightenment. He's shining a light on the shadows, and you're walking straight towards that light this weekend. This is your serenity energy. Now, if you are feeling any chakra blockages, because I do see some aspects here between your crown and your third eye, try playing some music therapy. Some improv always helps. What I love too is really looking at frequencies, right? Music, color, all vibrates. It's the energy. And we're surrounded by energy. We're made up of energy. And so that's where it becomes so healing and important for us to elevate our vibrations. But play around with the G sharp, the D, and the F during your meditation this weekend. That'll really help you with realigning. What I also see color therapy-wise is we've got some blues, some greens, and then also some oranges. And so it really will help you with bringing that life, with breathing that life, taking the breath to reconcentrate, refocus, grounding yourself so you can concentrate, refocus, and walk boldly towards your sun. Walk boldly towards your serenity energy of what makes you tick and truly the gift that you are meant to share in this world. Now, I truly wish each and every one of you guys the best this weekend. I am sending all my love and light. Like I say, if this resonated, by all means, chances are it's going to help lift another Virgo up who needs to hear it as well. So please like, share, subscribe. It certainly means the world. I am sending all my love and light. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.